Follow the money. That's what I always say. You always follow the money. Yeah.
This is Follow the Money with Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard on VSiN.
Busy hour on tap. Thanks for watching, as always, on YouTube TV, listening on Sirius XM Channel 158, iHeartRadio, TuneIn Radio, or any of our stellar affiliates across the country. In 15 minutes, we'll expand on tonight's Major League Baseball card. Mike Palm on the program, bottom of the hour. World Cup betting advice with him. Real Fugazi coming up in 45 minutes as well. Do you want to bring up, is this still going on right now in San Francisco?
Well, we're only in the fifth, but we got a no-hitter.
Okay.
So Cease is off to a great start. The other thing, too, I think Bet365 does it. I know Bet Rivers does it. In the World Cup of soccer, if you go up 2 goals, it's an automatic winner.
Oh, boy.
Can you imagine?
That'd
so
be
you
nice.
still got there on Senegal. You got there with Egypt. I don't know who bet Egypt 10-1, but still. And then that's a killer for the books. You got to pay out both sides.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. It's a great promotion they run.
We go out now to the Progressive Guest Line. Jeff Seeley joins the program now. Follow him on X at Cupmaker Jeff. His podcast is agreed to return next week. He's doing a live Spaces tonight on X to talk about the Scottish Open. What's shaking, my man? How are you today?
Great, guys. What's going on? It's going to be a fun week. Looking forward to the Scottish Open, getting ready for the Big Open Championship coming up here. So, yeah, going to be a fun week. It's going to be a little bit different than the John Deere.
Yeah, no kidding. When you were breaking down the numbers, looking at your model overall, I know I have your best bets in front of me right now, but you avoided the absolute best of the best, like in Scheffler and McIlroy. You went down a little bit. Tell everybody where you're starting your card at this weekend.
Yeah, guys, I started with Matt Fitzpatrick, and he comes in with a 4th and a 6th place finish at this event in his last 4 trips. Recent form's also extremely strong. Has a 2nd at the RBC, a 4th at the Travelers, 14th at the PGA, 2nd at the U.S. Open in his last 5 rounds. So to go with 2 wins at the RBC and Heritage already this year, 2nd at the Players this year, I mean, this has easily been the best year of Fitzpatrick's career. So the key has been ball striking. He's gained an average of 2.5 strokes on approach over the last 10 events. Hasn't lost strokes in any of them. So really, Fitzpatrick is where I'm starting it. I think he's going to be the most popular pick in DFS this week, and for a really good reason. But I think he should be at everybody's card. You think you bet him top 20, top 10 outright. Fitzpatrick will definitely be in the conversation on Sunday.
Make the case for Hatton, about 35-1, please.
Yeah, guys, he comes in with tremendous form, a very similar stat profile to Fitzpatrick. He won his last live event. He took 7th in the U.S. Open, has a ton of experience in this event with 2 top 10 finishes, including runner-up 6 years ago. So he's putted really well here. And honestly, when I built my model this week, I really just looked at sort of tee to green and putting, because they're really, really simple, because I think pretty much fundamentally that's what you're going to need to do. Is you're going to have to gain putting and gain tee to green pretty simply. So when I just ran a pretty basic model, Hatton was a really good fit when I looked at course history and model. And then another guy who's priced very similarly to Hatton is Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark, top 20, was my biggest bet this week, and the first name I clicked. His ball striking stats haven't been quite as good as Fitz's or Hatton's over the last 2 months, but his results have been better, and largely due to his good chipping and absolutely white-hot putting. Since the end of May, Clark finished T11 at the Canadian, took 5th at the Travelers, 3rd at the Memorial, won the Byron Nelson, and then won the U.S. Open. So that, guys, it's really Scheffler-esque run that we're seeing out of Wyndham Clark right now. In terms of course form, this is the craziest part of this. Course form, Wyndham Clark has never finished worse than 25th at this event. He's finished 25th, 10th, 11th, and 16th in 4 trips. So, I mean, if you want even more encouraging sign, last 2 trips, he gained an average of 6.5 strokes putting. So a guy who's white-hot putter, who's putted well here in the past, I would be shocked if Wyndham Clark did not finish inside the top 20 this week.
Right. You know what? It's funny because as you were talking, I'm like, what does this guy have to do to get lower than 34-1, despite it being a loaded field? Then I look at Circa, he's on a 29-1. So 34-1 right now is a pretty good number on him. And what did you say the number was on top 20 for him?
I got him. I know it was plus money. Let me look here real quick. But yeah, I know I got him plus money. I got to check the exact price. But I know he's Yeah, he is. I have to look it up, but yeah, I know
No
I got
problem.
top 20.
I'll get that.
Top 20.
I'll get that current number as we continue here. So let's go down. We're talking to Jeff Seeley here. Follow him on X. He's doing a Twitter Spaces tonight at Cupmaker Jeff. Mid-tier guys like 50-1 or a little bit higher. Who do you like?
Yeah, guys, I think Kurt Kitayama at 52-1 is a real attractive price. There's nobody north of 50-1 who's been striking better than Kitayama for the last 3 months. The issue for him is short game and putting can go hot or cold at any time. What's encouraging, however, is his chipping's been very solid here in his last 3 visits. He's gained as many as 5 strokes putting here as he did in 22 when he gained 5. So anytime you can get a guy who's striking the ball as well as him in an event where he was runner-up 3 years ago, I think he's definitely worthy of a play. He's at 52-1 or so at DraftKings. And then Christopher Rayatun, who a lot of people called it Rayton or anything. It's pronounced Rayatun, is really attractive as well at 58-1 for a number of reasons. Last 4 months has a win, 2 top 10s, and 2 more top 20s. We get him an event where he finished T13 last year, crushing it off the tee for 3 strokes on approach. As he did last year. He's done it 4 times in his last 10 events, gained over 3 strokes on approach. So get a hot putter out of him this week, like it was with the Truist when he gained 5 strokes putting en route to his victory. I think he will definitely be in the conversation. My favorite 2 mid-tier guys you can both find between 50 and 60-1.
Okay, so I'm looking right now. FanDuel has Wyndham Clark at plus 130, so that's
right.
top 20 overall. Let's try to get through this, Jeff. A little shaky with the connection here, but a couple of bombs of the week for you at the Scottish Open. Who do you like there?
Sure. Jesper Svensson and Nico Echeverria. Svensson, again, we've got for who has respectable experience here, finished 4th at the OC, where he gained in every category, and T9 at the Byron Nelson. So 2 top 10s coming in, really good form, made the cut both year, gaining an average of 3 strokes on approach, not losing more than half a stroke in any category. Really like him as a top 20 play. And then Echeverria, kind of the same thing, finished T6 at the Charles Schwab, has made 4 straight cuts, really respectable, but form coming in. And again, a guy who finished T22 last year, you can get 6-1 top 20. I think it's a really good play looking at.
Very cool. Follow him on X again, doing a Twitter Spaces tonight at Cupmaker Jeff. Join us here on the Progressive Guest Line. Enjoy the tournament. Best of luck. By the way, follow him on X as well. Been crushing it with Wimbledon plays as well. Thanks, pal. We enjoyed the conversation as always.
Thanks, fellas. Take care.
Be good.
All right.
Okay, so
Cease with a no through 5,
it's
7
through 5
strikeouts.
now. I made a pretty decent bet today on here at Circa. Rory, who has a great history here at the Scottish Open, won it a few years ago, finished 2nd, 4th as well. I bet him at plus 145 to go top 10.
Yeah.
That was here at Circa. Other books were around plus 120 in that range, maybe a little bit lower than that. And plus 145 I thought was a number that I absolutely had to bet. So I did.
Any McIntyre?
Wow.
Oh, Bob?
I don't. But you know what? Here's the thing. Let's ask Matt Humans about that in about 90 minutes because he is still bitter over that tournament that McIntyre had wrapped up at the Scottish. That's the year that Rory won it. Rory birdied the final 2 to take it from Bobby.
Well, Bobby got it last year, though, wasn't it? Bobby, that great story.
No, that was got her up last year at this tournament.
When did McIntyre have the great win? It was that insane come from behind. Yeah, I forgot. I thought that's what it was. But.
So in that tournament in 2023, Humans had Bobby Mack at I think 125-1 or 100 something like that to 1. Recent winners here got her up. Yeah, McIntyre won it in 2024. He bounced back.
Okay.
The year after Rory stole it from him in 2023. But here's the deal: McIntyre that year was 40-1. The year before that, like I said, he was triple digits. Xander won it in 2022 at 18-1. That year, by the way, finished at 7 under. 7 under. I love tournaments like that. Got her up last year, 15 under. McIntyre, 18 under, and McIlroy, 15 under the year before that. I like how they go over and play this event, obviously, to get ready for the Open Championship. And big fan of the links golf style overall. Ewens is a maniac, by the way.
What now?
Well, he claims that the British Open is his favorite, And
up all night, not going to bed?
That's exactly right. Why? Because the guy stays up until 7 o'clock in the morning anyway. He'll sleep for 2 hours and then go to Wendy's. But this is perfect for him. He's the one guy that'll just it won't faze him at all.
Yeah.
Stays up the entire night to watch all 4 rounds and
2 a.m. tee times.
Sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Look, if you want to do what Ozzy's been doing and cashing these first-round leaders, he's just betting the guys that go out early. And there's some bombs coming in on a regular basis, what's happening with these first-round leaders. Don't forget about that, too. In that market, if you're betting at Circa for a limited time, you can fund your wages with crypto using BurraPay and pay no BurraPay transaction fees. Fast, secure, and other ways Circa continues to innovate for sports bettors. Visit BurraPay.com to learn more. Take advantage of fee-free crypto wagering before August 31st exclusively at the Circa Sportsbook here at Circa, the resort and casino. BurraPay transaction fees waived as part of the campaign. Standard cryptocurrency network and exchange fees may apply. They think of everything here. They are doing the Love Island finale again at the pool Sunday with the viewing party. And that got a huge turnout last year.
Well, I think they had thousands upon thousands of people out there for it last year.
Yeah.
People couldn't get enough of it. I don't even think I've ever seen a promo for the show. Are you into it big time, I'm guessing?
What?
You love the show?
No, come on.
Sitting there watching it when it drops live?
Come on. Apparently, this gal's a little firecracker, rambunctious, who's taking the show over this year. Last checked stuff on Instagram.
I'm sure if you went to Stadium Swim for that event, it would be definitely worth your time this weekend.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball coming up next. 10-1 on the season overall. And we have some alarming numbers on the Yankees striking out in recent weeks. That's next.
So you're listening to this podcast because you want an edge. But what if I told you you're only halfway there? You've got the mindset. Now it's time to get the toolkit to match. Here's the thing. Pro bettors spend thousands on data and tools, but what they don't want you to know is you can get the same edge for a fraction of the cost with VSiN Pro. With VSiN Pro, you get access to expert picks, public betting data, prop projections, powerful tools, analytics, and more. Tap the link in the description and see why thousands of bettors are already using VSiN Pro to cash more bets.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Coming up in 15 minutes, Mike Palm, the maestro, VP here at Circa Las Vegas, going to join the program. We'll get his thoughts in the World Cup quarterfinals tonight in Major League Baseball. Okay, so here's the breakdown overall. Yankees taking on the Rays. Cole goes against McClanahan. Yankees are underdogs here in this game. I mentioned this earlier in the show. Starting pitchers in their last 18 games against the Yankees are 15-3 over their K-prop. Over. Seymour had 12 last night. Jax 10 the night before that. Joe Ryan 9 on Sunday. Last week, Melton 7, Skubal 9, Mize 10, Gray 9. Overall, the Yankees whiffed 17 times again last night. They became the only team in American League history whose batters hit 17 or more Ks in consecutive 9-inning games. Seymour's 12 Ks last night came in 5 1/3 innings. The first pitcher on any team to have that many Ks through 5 innings against the Yankees in the last 50 years. Goldschmidt, 4 Ks, currently 0 for 30 slide. Caballero also K'd 4 Ks last night. I mentioned this, if you're looking to bet McClanahan tonight, ProfitX has around plus 114. Novig had about plus 109. National books are minus money on him.
With extra rest, a 1-7-1 in 4 starts.
Excellent.
And the Yankees have lost 8 of 9 against the lefties going back.
Katie Sharp tweet. Okay. Yankees are the first team since at least 1898 to strike out 17-plus times and walk 2 or fewer times in back-to-back games within a season. Mackinnon numbers, vsin.com. Garrett Cole's teams are 12-11. You're down 6.5 units when he starts against Tampa Bay in the last 6+ seasons. They've done a really good job against him. There's also this. Tampa Bay is 30-15 on the run line at home this season. On the run line.
Great home team, yes.
Phenomenal.
Yep.
So, again, I don't want the Yankees.
Going in order with the card, I got the Tigers. Melton's been great. $1.40 at home against the A's. Detroit, number 1 in ERA since June 1st. 19-12 since June 12th. A's reeling, lost 12 of 15. Springs, most home runs allowed, ERA of 10 in his last 6. And Detroit's been hitting. Seems like a good price at home tonight for Detroit and Melton. Did the Braves get out of this funk? You got to be loving life if you're Pittsburgh. You just lost 9 in a row and games started by Skeens, and you're over 500. And now you're favored at home against Atlanta again with Holmes against Jones. I'll tell you, they can hit. I'll tell you that. 10-plus hits in their last 6 games. They've been raking.
Yeah.
Atlanta, 7-17 run. And the starters during that stretch have an ERA of 6.
Absolutely sound the alarms.
No doubt.
You have to. I tweeted this out earlier today as well. You got to read Mackin today at vsin.com. I'll give you a lot of it. There's going to be much more in there. In this game, Paulie, in particular here, over the total is 37-22. You're up 13 units, basically, when Pittsburgh is a money line favorite this season. 37-22 to the over when they're favored. I'll give you some other stuff. You know, you pointed this out last week, and you do it every time the Twins play the Yankees, although they did take 2 out of 3 against them. Here's another team they struggle against. It's Cleveland.
Okay.
Total domination, as Mackinnon points out, in recent years, head-to-head play. Cleveland is 37-17. You're up almost 21 units. ROI is about 38% on Cleveland. They're plus money tonight. Over the total in night games for Minnesota this year, 32-15-5. Good trends there overall. Good numbers. And, the Guardians, team number 2 with the domination against the Twins, like I said, with the Yankees on top of it. Mackenzie Gore's teams are 8-17. You're down almost 15 units when he starts in home games against teams with losing records the last 3 years. And Texas is a pretty big favorite tonight against the Angels.
Oh, they've been bad.
Yeah.
Oh, my God, cannot hit. The losing streak, and then look at the lack of runs during this losing streak as well. Not hitting at all. Cease, no hitter through 6.
Ooh.
9 strikeouts. Goody gumdrops. Get that up.
Oh.
This is getting interesting now. The other one is the Cubbies. I'm not going to put you off the Cubs. They're underdogs today. I know you mentioned that great tidbit from Rogers, but 17-6 plus 51 run differential, averaging 6 runs a game. And underdogs today against Baltimore. Total of 10. PCA continues to crush it. Cubs won yesterday. It was Bregman, though, who did the damage for Chicago offensively.
Tip of the cap to listener Lance. Bregman was the guy that he tweeted out, and he was going to be on in that game.
Miami, dogs at home. 14-2 run, last 16 at home.
Mm-hmm.
And a 24-8 run as well. Kirby, $1.25 against Tyler Phillips. I'm with you. Great story, but I don't think they're going to do anything at the deadline. So not only do you have to catch Atlanta, you got to hold off Philly, who's only 2 back.
Right.
All our things have changed in that division.
So the Dodgers got me good last night on a parlay. Tonight it's actually the night that I wanted to not have them or maybe fade them. But of course, after losing last night to the Rockies, there's a possible bounce back. But there is this.
Yeah.
Sasaki is going tonight for the Dodgers. 3-5 in 15 starts. ERA is 5.4. The FIP is even higher than that. Almost 4 walks per 9 and more than 2 home runs per 9 on the year. He had a nice stretch over 4 starts from like mid-May to early June. So, yes, I'm going to be guilty here of cherry-picking his last 4 starts, but it has not been pretty. 0-2, only 17 innings. That's it, last 4 starts. His ERA is over 10. The FIP is almost 9. Nearly 6 walks per 9. That is a recipe for disaster. Almost 4 home runs per 9. 15 Ks to 11 walks. And here's the deal. He has allowed 3+ earned runs in those 4 starts, and on the season, in 9 out of 15 starts, 2+ runs. 3+ runs, that is. 3+ runs. You can get the Rockies to tag him for 3 runs or more at like plus 115.
Okay.
But I need to know if Goodman's going to be playing tonight.
Yeah.
The catcher for the Rockies, who's like, could lead the league in home runs.
Ozzie put me on Rumfield, Rookie of the Year.
Me too.
He's having a good year.
Yep. I also have a couple of bets in this Red Sox game tonight. First of all, here in Las Vegas, you can use their multiplier on featured games throughout the day at Station Casinos. So they give you 10% towards your bet. That made the Red Sox go to plus 110.
Oh, yeah?
So, yes, I'm fading Martin, who has been awesome at home. His splits are real, and they're spectacular. 0.88 ERA in 7 home starts compared to 4.72 on the road. So almost 4 runs worse on the road, but he's at home tonight. But this Bennett kid going for the Red Sox, I like him overall. And 40-plus innings pitched, a 3.1 ERA. The underlying numbers are actually better than that. 7 Ks per nine's not amazing, but doesn't walk a ton, doesn't give up a lot of home runs. And I also played his K prop over 4.5 at plus 115 in that game tonight.
How are the Mets $2? This has got what is this? Mm-hmm. I know Scott's been good, but this Kansas City, 31 runs in the last 2 games. They're the bad news Bears.
Yes, they are.
How are they $2? It can't be. That's outrageous.
You want to take a little bit of the Royals in?
Yes.
Nice plus price.
Yeah, 9.5 the total again too. We also mentioned several times, lack of run support with Bybee. Look at what's going on at San Diego with King. I know his numbers are bad.
Yeah.
10 of his 12 starts, they've scored 3 runs or fewer. Oh, and he's going against Arizona. He's $1.40, 8.5 the total. Boy, that's brutal. That's some sick stuff right there.
Mackinnon has a good trend in this game.
All right.
Over the total is 13-2, almost up 11 units when San Diego was favored between $1.15 and $1.65. That's against NL opponents with Michael King starting since 2024. I know there's a lot to it, but that is hit at an alarming rate.
If this is going to happen, it's going to be a combined no-no. Ceases at 90 pitches already. And I know Marlins fans were pissed off what they did with their manager when wasn't the guy through 8 or 7?
7.
Yeah, and they took him out.
He was no-no. You know what? Let's search for this right now because I think DraftKings, like BetMGM, prediction markets, they will put up, are you going to get a no-no live in the game? I think that's going to be, that has to be up somewhere. With Cease now dealing.
Well, they have the menu every single day.
Sure.
Which is great. I'm looking to see if they have it live. I don't see it on the app at Will Hill.
Let's see. They have, yep, there it is. It's
4
to 1.
Oh, is that right?
Right now. And it's not listed as
awesome.
Cease. It's listed as the Blue Jays.
Oh,
so
very good.
You can find it when you click on the game and then under specials. There is no price, but the yes is 4 to 1. That'd be kind of fun to take a piece of when we're live on the air here and kind of root that in.
You only need 9 outs.
How long will they let him go, you think? This guy's a veteran.
This might be it.
I think he's got one more inning left.
Walter? I'm a veteran. This is 9 Ks, 2 walks. I think this is it. They'll take him out after 7, unless he can get a quick one.
What if they...
who's coming up in the order?
Here's the thing. What if this is like his moment to win the Cy Young this year?
Bottom of the order. Okay.
Right? He's the second guy on the board behind Schlittler.
Yeah, we got juice. We got drama. $30 million in guaranteed prizes, cash in this football season with 3 Circa Sports contests. Entry starting at $1,000, no rake. Circa Million, Circa Survivor, and the high roller one, Circa Grandissimo. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. $30 million guaranteed. CircaSports.com for details. While you're up there, get the NFL schedule, the big or the small. Get them both. CircaSports.com.
Mike Palm, VP, Circa Las Vegas, joining the show coming up next. We'll ask for his soccer betting expertise on the 4 matches coming up in the World Cup quarterfinals on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
All right, let's reset this right now. Dylan Cease down to plus 275 to throw a no-no, and he just walked Rafael Devers. He's approaching 100 pitches. What do you think, Paul? You said this might be it for him at the end of this inning.
Yeah, I think they'll let him finish the inning, but see what can happen here if he can get a double play or how many pitches we're looking at here. So, yeah, you're right, approaching 100, and he's only got 1 out.
Okay.
Lee's up now.
Yeah, let's go to the Progressive guest line. Mike Palm joins the program now. He is the VP of Circa Las Vegas, the Golden Gate, and the D. Hey, Mike, thanks for the time as always. He is plus 275. Now, this is the Blue Jays, not just Cease. Would you want any piece of that at all at this point?
Oh, you get the whole team for a combined no-hitter?
Yep.
Yeah. 275. I don't think that's that bad of a price. Get Cease through 7, then you got to come with the bullpen. That's reasonable. 3 to 1, something like that. It's a fun sweat.
Yeah.
We don't want to replay what happened with the Marlins.
Come on. They give up 8. The bullpen gives up 8 in the last 2 innings, and they still win. What a joke.
Yes. Perfect game.
Are we at the point that can we just get our heads to think that no hitters and perfect games are kind of meaningless? Like if they don't care about them, why should we?
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, the complete games don't exist anymore.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And Steve Stone was asked by Shriffen, the worst male play-by-play guy in the game, about the combined no-hitter. And he said, what's the historical significance of a combined no-hitter? And Steve Stone said there is none. Unless one guy throws it, it's meaningless. Can I talk about something else that's a complete joke before we get going here today? Doesn't Rob Manfred know this is the one day of the year, the one day of our summer, the World Cup has no games, and you got one day game on a Wednesday where you normally have 6? What is going on? Does this guy ever watch games?
I noticed that too when we were getting ready for the show. Like last night, I'm like, one day game on a Wednesday, and it starts at like 1 o'clock Pacific. What happened here?
Awful.
Impossible. He can't read the room, can he?
No, never has.
No. Okay, so of the 4 matches coming up beginning tomorrow, do you have a best bet at all in the quarters of the World Cup?
Well, I think they're all really compelling matchups. I think Norway advances. I've been on this Norway team since beforehand. I just think the price dictates that. I think they will not be intimidated. They have Premier League players. They played with these guys that play on England. As good as Harry Kane is, I think Holland's a better 9. And I think at the price that you're going to get to advance on Norway, I think is an awfully good bet. I don't know what to make of Argentina. I can't get involved in Argentina games. They seem to they play on the edge so much. I mean, I thought Colombia had a lot of opportunities. I thought Colombia had a really good shot to get through to a semifinal, but couldn't get the job done, couldn't get a goal in there. So I passed on that match. I like Morocco a lot, but I think they're up against it with the best team in France. I do like that game over because I think Morocco knows they're going to have to score 2+ goals to have any shot of beating France. So I think you can play overs and maybe even alt overs with Morocco and France. And then Spain's just not going to concede a goal. No. I mean, I would continue to bet Spain. You can bet Spain to advance. I think you take a shot at Spain to win to 0-90 as well.
Is this the easiest path you're ever going to see with Argentina to get to the semis? This is unbelievable.
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
You get the tiny islands, and then you get Egypt, and then you get Switzerland. I mean, it's pretty amazing when on the other side you get all the superpowers on that top half of the bracket. We talked about that.
No kidding.
You try to find value in the bottom half of the bracket for a team to make the finals or to win it. And you had your different shots, whether it was Mexico or England or Norway or Brazil. However you wanted to take those shots, they were there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Bruce Marshall came on the other day. He's been betting soccer for a long, long time, and he loves the sport. He actually presented a case that the Swiss could be dangerous, and that was going into the Colombia match, and I think even beyond that. Can you buy into that narrative at all?
Look, I don't think that Argentina is going to be a slam dunk against anybody. I mean, look, I've watched a lot of VAR reviews in my life, and it's rare that you're going to go back that far to find a foul 120 yards from the play, right? And then when they had the same argument, there was a similar penalty against them 110 yards back, they wouldn't even take a look at it. I do think that Egypt on the merits there probably got the short end of that stick. And, where I never felt that Cape Verde was going to beat Argentina, I thought that Egypt had a very legitimate chance to beat them yesterday. And they allow teams. If the Swiss get in front in this game, it's not going to be easy to score against them as they have been against some of these other squads. I think there's a case to be made, at least for the Swiss advancing in this game. I don't know if they can get by the England-Norway winner.
Okay. Well, what about on the other side of the bracket then? How would you envision, if we get this matchup, how would you envision, and by the way, it looks like the Blue Jays got out of it now in the 7th, and the no-no is still intact. The way it looks, yep. Okay. How do you think a France-Spain matchup would go?
Well, that's what everybody's been looking forward to, right? That was from the time that the groups were announced that was going to be the huge semifinal and maybe a de facto final. I as much as I love Spain, you do have a couple of elite scorers. They have a puncher's chance. I still think France is the better team because of the depth that they have. They can beat you in so many different ways and so many different styles. And they, 3, 4, 5 guys that can score in an elite level. I think it's a really tough matchup. I would play it under because I think Spain has to try to keep the game low scoring in a spot like that, but I would still lean France and probably play anywhere up to 145, 150 on France to advance out of that matchup.
You always joke about how many meetings you have to sit in, but I will say the creativity and at least the work's getting done at Circa in all these meetings that you have. The stuff on social at Stadium Swim with the SS Feast and the bottle service and everyone going crazy for the soccer matches. Also what it looked like inside. The Love Island party on Sunday, and then you're doing Slots-a-Palooza again with the open bar and all the free play. What's going on? Can you take us through all the different events coming up at Circa?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. You say, oh, Mexico got knocked out and the USA got knocked out, and now we're going to go through a lull. I mean, you've got a huge UFC card on Saturday. You also have 2 World Cup matches. Sunday, we have this Love Island finale. We did this for the first time last year on a Tuesday, and I think they had 1,900 people show up at Stadium Swim. Probably most of them who have never been there before, right? But they're just the social, and it's a heavy female mix, a very heavy female mix, and it's probably 75% females. I guess this show goes like 6 out of 7 days a week. They skip one day a week, and there's a new show every night. I don't follow it, but it's some big sensation. And then the next weekend, we have what you mentioned, Paul, the Slots-a-Palooza. We did it last year. It's a free tournament Friday night for the invited guests, for our hosted players. They have the manufacturers coming out and showing some of their new games that they're going to have at G2E. And then Saturday, you've got that free slot tournament from 11 to 7. You got all these giveaways from the different manufacturers. You're going to have the open bar again in the evening. And then the weekend after that, I think we have a video poker tournament. It never ends. There's always something new happening each week.
Doesn't stop. Great to talk to you again. We really hope that your father-in-law is improving, Mike. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Be good.
They gave away 3 cars over the weekend as well.
Yeah.
Another incredible giveaway. You are correct. He got out of it in the 7th, but he's at 106 pitches.
Okay, I got the game log in front of me right now. He has pitched more than 106 pitches a bunch of times this year, but not much more. I mean,
this is it though.
So it was he pitched 107 pitches on June 27th in 4 2/3. Mike joked about this before the break, before he came back from the break. Normally he's at 90 pitches through 4 innings. So he's at 106 through 7 right now. He was at 110, 5 2/3 on June 22nd, 108 through 5 innings. 100 pitches through 5 innings back on May 19th against the Yankees. 106 pitches, 7 innings against the Twins, and they won that game 11-4. 107, 110, 106. So he is right at that number. He's got a no-no going. And all of those games were 5 innings, 6, or fewer than that.
Yeah. Well, remember Johan Santana. You can't get carried away here.
Well, I don't want to. They probably won't let him go 140 pitches here. But I would let him test the waters here for one more inning. Remember Tim Lincecum when he threw that no-hitter? I think he threw 149 pitches.
Was it?
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh.
I think you do it one more here. And he was throwing a lot of balls in that inning. So the pitch count it racked up there a little bit. But
or they're at the middle of the order. He walked Devers and then got the next 2 guys out.
You give him one more batter to see how it goes?
That's a tough call. You can't do the ask him how he feels. You know what he's going to say.
Yeah.
I feel great. He wants to go out there. So I think you have to protect him against himself here. Well, that's just too much.
Yeah. I referenced this earlier. If he does this and if they would leave him in and he pulls it off, voters can look back at this and say, hey, he had that no-hitter.
Well, I feel good for him, right? He's had a hell of a year. No
sure
doubt.
He has.
I mean, the up and downs and how some bad performances in the White Sox. Like he had all the stuff the kid should dominate.
Yeah, and finally we're seeing it here with Toronto. Every 4 years we discuss if it should be played every 2 years. Real or Fugazi coming up on Follow the Money. It's VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
This is Follow the Money on VSiN.
Mitch Moss and Paulie Howard are here to make you a friend of ours.
That would mean you were made guy.
Investigating what is and isn't legit.
That's a fugazi. All right? That's a fugazi. We looked at it for 2 seconds.
Seeing through the lines to make you a better.
I know you know. And I know you know I know you know.
The FTM Army is being sent for.
In our thing, you get sent for, you go in alive, you come out dead. And it's your best friend that does.
These two wise guys would never steer you wrong.
Forget about it.
This is Real or Fugazi on Follow the Money.
Beautiful. Yesterday was tough. Tough to take. Everyone talks about bad beats and what happened with the Padres team total. But if you had a future bet on Colombia, I can argue that is one of the worst ways to lose a bet. That you lose, it's 0-0 and you lose on penalties in an elimination game. Real or Fugazi?
It's 100% real, and I should have my head examined because I had a lot on Colombia to make the quarters, and I had them on other futures as well.
Win at quarters, lose in the final, everything.
We're live on the air, and I'm like, this is no. We're getting tweets about it. They've had their chances throughout the entire match.
Yeah.
Switzerland has done nothing, and you know how this is going to go if it goes to PKs. And I'm staring late in the match at the Swiss, like plus 120. They were higher than that throughout to advance. I'm like, I should probably get off my exposure to Colombia, and I never did. And I hate myself for not doing it because then you got to take the chance of them going to PKs. When's the last time you won a soccer bet when your team that you're on actually won in PKs? I'll wait. Mm-hmm. It never happens.
Yep. You could see the 0-0 coming too.
Of course.
With nothing was going on. I don't know how, but we have to make this happen. I know the stars aligned that we got it here in the USA, Mexico, and also Canada. And the USA had a nice run. We got to do this every 2 years. Somehow, some way. It's been that good. Real or Fugazi?
Selfishly, because I have absolutely loved it more than I ever could have imagined, I would say real, but I have to be honest, I got to go Fugazi. You're asking a lot. You're asking the players to play a ton of soccer every 2 years then. And there's also this. How the hell do these many fans have that much money to come over here for the States and be here as long as they have?
Yeah.
Now, maybe they have different people coming in, obviously.
Yeah, the prices are outrageous.
Prices are insane.
Yeah.
So could you imagine now the demand that it would take to ask fans from all over the world to do this every 2 years? Look, I mean, people were asking that question when the Norwegian fans were taking over Times Square and the Japanese fans were all over, I think it was Texas. It doesn't matter, the country. They were just littered, and it was amazing spectacles over the country. And people were like, this is how much they love soccer. They save up for this event every 4 years to make it happen. They target the next World Cup. I'm like, okay, that makes some sense.
Okay. The U.S. men's team will be more of an international threat before Boone or Cashman are fired. Real or Fugazi? I think they have a job for life. Not Boone.
Yes.
I think Cashman has a job for life. I won't say Boone. Cashman, yes. I don't know what it's going to take with Boone. I might find out. But how Steinbrenner treats Cashman. Chris Russo was on with us. Mad Dog said it. They will not fire Cashman no matter what.
Okay, so does that mean that the U.S. really has to turn into a threat at the next World Cup? Or can we go 4 years beyond that when it's played, by the way, in Saudi Arabia?
I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, the Landon Donovan comments we'll play later. I wasn't aware of this, but he just says, if your family, if you don't have an income of $50,000, you can't play soccer because it's like $4,000 with the fees and travel, soccer and all that stuff. And he said, there's no way I could have done it. But things have changed going back when he was growing up. But I think he's an expert on the topic, and he's just saying that's why we'll never be close to the best teams.
So you have to think about it from the Yankees' perspective then. How long, truly, do you think Boone and Cashman have left? Are they there for life?
Cashman, yes. Yes. This is Fugazi. Cashman is.
Okay.
You want to do it that way.
All right.
You need Jeffrey Lebowski. You need the dude, to step in Denver. And someone to say, John Payton, will you just take it easy, man? Will you take it? How about this Wickersham, who's been following around this story? How about these stories? This is outrageous. Number one, he wanted to step down and not be the head coach, but be the assistant head coach and like the offensive coordinator. And Belichick was going to be the head coach after he was let go in New England, until he passed Shula's record for wins.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
That was his idea. He wanted to do it.
Do you think that would have come to fruition?
There's no way they would have gone for that.
Well, do you think
Step aside and let Belichick coach, and then once he passes, then you go back in?
and then you just
Yeah.
nothing happened?
I don't. Yes.
And you think Peyton would have actually accepted that idea?
It was his idea.
But do you think he really would have signed off on it?
I think with this guy, anything's possible.
Warren Sharp tweeted, he's like, do you think he's going to give away power?
Okay, how about this? In the playoff game against the Bills, he called in overtime. He called for a fake punt on 4th and 11.
That I buy.
The players audible and said, "We're not doing this."
That I buy. Sure.
After what happened in the
The guy
championship
kicked it
game?
on. The guy kicked it onside in the Super Bowl after halftime.
Yeah. And then he wouldn't settle for points with Stidham, and he knew the storm was coming.
No.
Should have won
that's-
that game.
Yeah. So what are you saying here? That the guy is just a complete...
I think that someone needs to step in and just be...
Say,
every idea you got to run past me, okay? You need,
I
you need a buffer on the sidelines.
How long was it that Sean Payton spent with Fox Sports when he wasn't coaching? Was that only 1 year?
I believe so.
That was too much time.
I mean, don't you...
I think that rotted his brain.
You imagine he was going to try a fake on 4th and 11? That wasn't going to work.
Well, Dan Campbell does it every week, so...
Yeah, I know about that.
It works occasionally.
Yes. A Morocco, Belgium, Norway, Swiss Final Four would be the wildest World Cup in history. But France, Spain, England, Argentina is the one we deserve. Real or fugazi?
That's probably real. Because if we had 4 upsets in the quarterfinals, people would probably be unhappy because then the true powers go down. I think it would be great. But if you do give us the teams that are favored and we get that Final Four, that is a freaking awesome tournament and a tremendous semifinals. It almost seems like it's too good to be true.
It's true. I know.
Like somebody's going to throw a wrench into the plans here.
The 76ers have a real shot to get LeBron. You could argue they're second in the race. Real or fugazi?
God, I'm going to go fugazi.
How would you rank it?
I hope I'm wrong with that.
Do you agree with the Shams report?
I think it's gonna be Cleveland. That's why I'm also. This is me rooting in a bet that I have. I'm on the Cavaliers to get him, so I hope it happens. Are we sure we want to? Yeah. Do you trust that report and absolutely rule out the Warriors?
I think I have to. I have to trust Shams, and I also have to trust the fact that the AD trade will not happen, and he's got to get out of the West. I agree that I agree with the report. It's Cleveland, either Cleveland, Miami, or Philly. You got to get out of the West.
The Warriors would be infinitely better than the Heat.
Yes, I agree with that.
Way better than that.
Better. Okay. This Tim Bontemps story is intriguing and maybe opens up the door for other things in the future of the NBA. Tim Bontemps,
That's
ESPN.
real.
Yeah. He signed off today from the Hoop Collective podcast. He took a job as a strategic advisor with the Atlanta Hawks and covering the NBA for his career, a long time. A reporter, and here he's front office job with an NBA team.
I think good for him. I mean, honestly, I think this has happened recently. Didn't Kevin Pelton do the same thing? Isn't he with the front office now?
Those guys are more analytics and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I know a guy who did draft work at ESPN.
Jonathan
got hired.
Givony did it, yeah.
Right, and there was somebody else, Mike something.
Oh, Mike Schultz, I think his name is.
Yeah, Portland hired him.
Yeah.
But for this just to be it's like kind of like Brian Windhorst. Like all of a sudden, hey, the Cavs are going to hire Brian Windhorst, front office.
I don't mind it at all. I mean, these guys. I mean, this is what they do. They live and breathe basketball. Tom Habistro from an analytic. I remember he's on the Blazers broadcast.
Yes.
I love Tom Habistro, and I think that's absolutely well deserved. So, no, it's a pretty good story.
Okay.
And I have, I hope if more people, if it can happen to more like people and they want to do this, good for them.
All right, good job. They brought him out for the 8th. He's out there.
He's down to 2-1 at FanDuel, by the way, to throw a no-hitter, while the Blue Jays are. He's plus 280 right now at DraftKings. FanDuel had a much better number moments ago when it was a 7-1. There's a flyout, by the way.
Okay, 2 pitches. Got an out.
I wish we could get down. I searched, by the way, here in Las Vegas. I couldn't find it.
5 outs away from a no-no. Can he pull it off?
I would like to have a little action on this. Was that a, I couldn't tell. Was that a huge play? Because he was celebrating like this, pumping the fists.
Oh, if it was a robbery or something?
Yeah, it might have been like a tremendous play in center field.
Yeah.
With that.
Well, I tell you, if he can have a 7-8 pitch inning.
No, that's the thing. I think you had to bring him out.
Juicy.
Strong on that. You had to do it.
All right, good for you.
The whole way that baseball. Do you agree with me though? Is this real or fugazi? Like if players.
I thought the Marlins thing was absurd.
Yeah, if they don't care about it, why should we?
Yeah, but
Right?
The guy's got a perfect game, and it's
Paul, come on. You're preaching to the choir here.
yeah.
What was he at,
that's
92 pitches?
That's fair. I know.
You don't want to have the kid come out for one more batter to see how it goes? What if the guy's first pitch swinging pops it up?
You do that. 0-2. Sit him down.
It's a strikeout.
Is that right?
Yeah,
you're ahead.
Well, these sports books have
You're
everything in real time.
All right, 4 outs away, 110 pitches.
Yeah, does he do it here live when we're on the show? Zach Cohen going to join the program coming up next. Incredible run going on at Wimbledon right now. We'll get into that and his take on the NBA offseason next year on VSiN.